gonna get good.
Yeah.
They can lane together in any situation, really.
I do think so. Good.
Yeah, for the most part. It's nice because the Leech Seed Pulse is really effective when you pair with the Terrorblade because he's very low HP but super high armor. So it's very effective.
I assume we're missing the two heroes that'll be in lane against TB though for now.
Yes.
Unless Secret, I mean, they'll probably try and play it against the PL and the Silencer ideally, but
I think you guaranteed ban Mag here if you're Secret. Axe already out of the pool, and so far I haven't seen Yang really press on heroes outside of those two in the Necro, and that's why I feel like you keep attacking this hero pool.
you weren't into the puck?
I think Centaur Mag for me could be pretty good bans.
Yeah, I agree. They banned out the Centaur in the previous game, even though I don't think VG's played it yet. It's just that next replacement, right?
Yeah. It just works really well too because you have this incredible attack damage in the laning phase, and also you have like if TB doesn't have meta and he walks up, you actually do so much. I actually like the Brew ban a bit more than the Centaur actually.
Yeah, that could have been just fine for them.
A way to start the fight. It allows you to protect that silencer, and we've seen what this Brewmaster can do versus Terrorblade. Also quite good versus Tree to dispel those living armors.
10 seconds remaining.
Already. And this is cool. You know, game 4 of the finals. Both teams pulling out something a little different in the openers.
Similar carry heroes, but
VP
bans the Mag.
You know, it's funny though because that's something VP would do. They would third pick Mag in a heartbeat, and I feel like that's something Secret could have certainly been thinking about doing. Very good synergy with both TB and PL, and excellent at dealing with illusion cores, which obviously both teams already possess.
Secret also, it's like if they just focus so much attention on those offlaners, then they could let through those like heroes that really devastate Terrorblade, like the Zeus, right?
5 seconds.
How have you rated ROTK's draft so far?
I mean, he's great. He's picking his team, like the heroes that complement them incredibly well. He's adapted it too. We were saying that maybe they might be a bit predictable, but then they bust out some 4-position Weaver, and it's excellent. So I've been really enjoying it personally.
And I think throughout this tournament, they have looked largely predictable, but they're still winning games. So that's a sign of extremely good drafting, obviously. I mean, drafting to suit his players.
Secret takes the Centaur instead.
I think Secret's got a read on what the key to this series is so far. They ban out an offlaner, as does Vici, and they take
What's left?
definitely the best in the pool as far as the meta's concerned.
Yep. And they take out the Zeus as well to be able to protect their Terrorblade too. So definitely got good components here.
And that's also what was missing in their team in these last 2 games, right? They had Brew Phoenix Ogre and Brew Phoenix Shaker. It's not a team fight starter, right? Like you can throw out a point stun here and there, but you know, long gone are the days where your Earthshaker could become your primary initiator. Teams are too good, and they're not going to give you this huge opening in the middle of an engagement to just 3-man dunk somebody.
And I was mentioning how I wanted Secret to have catch and like actual lockdown.
Yeah.
I see Tree and I see Centaur. That is lockdown. That is extreme amount of catch. That Stampede too can play huge factors to get on top and even find the real PL. That Stampede, you run through the illusions, you see which one's the real one almost immediately.
Boy, Undying has gone completely absent.
It's true.
I guess so many TV games. That's late.
Yeah. And also PLs, right? Just these illusion heroes just make that hero.
We haven't had a Drow for a while either.
Nope.
Yeah.
Or Morphling, but then Morph's been banned, so...
They don't stand, the thing is like the Drow and stuff, they don't stand well versus the PLs and the Terrorblades. They're just these monster class heroes. And
So now, this last time ended up being an Ori Tiny, even though it kind of looked like it was going to be a Yang one. I recall through like the whole draft. And that's when Yang ended up with Pugna, and they tried to play like that fast game. Of course, it is Pugna versus TB, and I wonder if Vici maybe are thinking along the same lines this time.
definitely want some type of more magical damage to be able to deal with that.
5 seconds remaining.
Could potentially be for Fade too, I suppose, but that wouldn't really suit how we've been seeing Vici playing.
Could definitely see it though. I mean, we've seen a lot of 490s. He's one of those who can actually match up versus the Treant as well. You can just trade those hits back inside the laning phase. So I could definitely actually see that. That could be one of the duo pairings they want to be able to contest the Terrorblade Treant lane.
You need a Yapzor hero here, I think. They could go back to their CM. Phoenix is out of the pool. I think you want a high damage hero in this spot because you already have a ton of lockdown. Like Vog was saying, you have the physical damage of the TB to break base, but you need some cheap spells to throw out, some follow-up damage for the lockdown these strength heroes provide.
Don't think they can get away with a weaker laner like a Shaker.
No, too many melee heroes
much melee.
as well.
Yeah.
Especially against the silencer. You don't want to pick. You want to do what Treant and Centaur would do. They want to get into the middle of a fight.
Yeah,
and
take the
there's
CM.
CM. Yeah, perfect.
Complements so well with Centaur too, right? You have these double gap closers. Anytime if it's a melee hero like PL, if he walks up to get a last hit, you get hit by a Frost Nova, you get hit by a Hoof Stomp, you're in threat of dying every single time just from the double nukes or triple nukes even.
You essentially have like half your HP pool because you can't contest last hits at half HP because you'll just die. There's like way too much burst.
They're gonna have to dodge the lane now. Actually, it's a PL going versus playing these melee heroes versus CM and Centaur. It's actually just so damn difficult.
It's just easy.
Yeah.
They're in an interesting spot if you're Vici. I could see them going back for the Lina. No real reason not to, but that would obviously commit the Tiny to fade. Potentially the offlaner. But, and again, it's just, what does Yang play here? Pretty much everything we've seen from him in this tournament is either banned or picked already. You can throw him on the Tiny, but I feel like the lane's going to be really difficult for him no matter which side lane he chooses.
Our typical mids left then besides the Lina, there's still the DK in the pool. Haven't seen too much of him. He's been playing into a lot of just kind of beefy killers, like they've been dealing with the root, deflection.
Good Wyvern. Bit weird though. You wouldn't have a true 4. You don't want to pick something like Nyx.
What about Bat Rider with the silencer versus Terrorblade could be kind of neat. The pressure in the lane.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yang
mind that.
hero.
But yeah, that's another one that he used to play, right?
Yeah. I think Bat might be the best available to your point.
Because it's good versus tree as well, right? You're gonna be able to cut the trees in the laning phase. You're going to like not let him allowed to use that, but they're gonna just go for the Lina right now.
I'm pretty sure that's an Ori hero, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
He did
No,
so
the way he
well.
played that game.
Yeah.
So good.
He, I think, is averaging a BKB before 20 minutes, and possibly before like 18, 17. Like
Yeah, it was
it's,
16 in the last game.
So you ban the TA more than likely anyway if you're on the Vici side. Even if you have this PL who's good versus TA, you want to give Ori that lane advantage matchup.
Yep.
And then Secret, what's the option that they can actually put versus that Lina?
5 seconds remaining.
It also depends on how they want to play the tree, because you can go like the 0-4-4 build.
Yep.
You can go like the 4-1-4. I feel like this is a game where the heavy sustain is just going to win them their lanes, especially when you have a CM on your squad. So I'd like to see him maybe 1 point invis, at least 2 points to each seed, and then I'd be totally cool with him just maxing armor. And when you have a Treant, it's all about keeping your towers alive. Love the Batman.
Love the Batman.
Again, there's no reason to target anyone's hero pool but Yang. Make them play this offlane Tiny, which is a role that I just don't think Tiny fits anymore. He's great as a 4. You could theoretically do it as a 2, but a lot of times when you play it as a 3, it's just underwhelming.
Can we still go back for the Void?
Vici Gaming.
No, you can't. Void PL's not a thing. They go away.
Oh, so Wyvern Lina.
Wyvern, yeah.
They're gonna
Wyvern
do.
Lina.
There's gonna be a Lina offlaner then.
Might be. Or Tiny, but either way, I think that. I mean, maybe it's a Wyvern core offlane.
Could be Wyvern core offlane, right? This is like some OG style, right? You do the Wyvern Lina offlane, you put your, I guess the Tiny might be in the mid lane. PL's gonna suffer though if he is versus Centaur CM.
Definitely. I think lane matchups are going to be crucial for this matchup. I mean, we already saw the last game how important it was for Vici to dominate those lanes. If you're Secret and you can get the CM Centaur matched up against PL, I think you're going to crush it. And you have a Treant too. Like, these are really threatening lanes from Secret. And their last pick, most likely their mid.
They were over them.
Kunkka and Invoker versus the Lina, right?
Yeah,
I think they
the
need a
Kunkka-
kill hero
I like
with
Kunkka a
Tiny,
lot.
with
I
the
like
tree,
Kunkka a
right?
lot.
Because you want tree to be invis, and then someone shows up, you create kill opportunity. You have both.
Would any other
think
team,
Kunkka's
any
the
other
best one.
player, we would not be this high on Kunkka. But because it's mid one, he knows how to. Like, he's going to do enough damage to warrant the pick.
And he can also like the Braum. The Braum, even when you're playing with Terrorblade and there's a
Centaur
Lina,
too.
that you can do all this damage reduction to protect the hero. And there's a lot of burst on Vici, and that's the thing that can actually safeguard him. But
It just, I'm concerned about their lack of easy damage to deal.
Oh,
mind game this.
they did mind game. They hovered over that originally, which is what I was talking about, and then went for the Kunkka and then went back to the Mirana. So why was that such a decision there, Kyle, between those two?
I think Kunkka's just low damage output. It doesn't scale as well. So yeah, mid one plays it great, but it's based around the cleave. If they just CC the Terrorblade, all of Secret's damage is just stun lines, and it's just not realistic, especially against hard save like Silencer, Wyvern, etc. I think Mirana gives them more of this mid-game semi-carry to complement the TB.
Yeah.
It gives them a backup plan, I think, right, too. It's like, sure, the Kunkka does kind of as well,
Yeah.
but this is when they can actually just go all the way scaling and full right-click damage.
Lots of utility as well. You've got a lot of setup for the arrow, the invis to find kills. It's a cool concept.
All right, we'll see if it works out. Time to head over to our commentary team then. Is this the final game of ESL 1 Hamburg? It's all in Vici's hands right now. Let's find out with Cap and Blitz.
Active hero rather than something like the Storm. And what did he play? The Invoker safe lane?
Yeah.
Like they need a position to succeed.
Lynch for most of Secret's success, so
I mean, in this tournament, especially if they end up winning this and coming back or whatever, he would definitely be my MVP.
yeah.
In fact, he might be my MVP regardless because of just how much his game matters. Like you see the games that he gets shut down, Secret just get whomped on.
Now, our panel was theory crafting that maybe we would see an off-lane Wyvern, but Vici Gaming, as you said from the very start of the series, I think they've been playing a little bit more of the standard Dota, and
Give
they're
Ori
gonna
Lina.
continue to do that. Yang on the Tiny.
Yeah, just continue to give Ori Lina. This is by far his best hero. It's the one that he's comfortable with. I haven't seen him really lose a lane to anybody, so you might as well just continue that.
Secret have a very different lineup this time around with the Puppy Tree and Protector leading the way. You see the early Orb of Venom. He is fully focused on winning the laning phase here for Team Secret, as that's been the part of the success of Vici Gaming those last 2 games. And it's also part of the success that they had in game number 1 for Vici.
Yeah.
Their Secret, sorry.
Crowd very clearly wanting a game number 5.
Secret lovers and Game 5 fans all around uniting to support
I'd
Secret
love to see
here.
a game 5. Make it go down to the wire. And for that to happen, again, for me anyways, I know a lot of people, I saw a lot of comments about like Weaver is some insane hero. I don't think so. Like neither team really even prioritize it here, right?
This is certainly a great start. Look at that. Paparazzi taking so much damage
forced
and
to level it
forced
up.
to
He's
go
gonna
for
TP.
Doppelganger.
That is great start for them.
Yeah, that's not going to feel good at all. What about this mid matchup? You say, okay, keep giving or this Lina as many times as possible. Well, he's going to start off with an arrow to the face.
He did that on purpose, by the way.
To block the range creep, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what Miranas do. He sees it coming a mile away, but it is very important for people to know when you play Mirana versus Lina, you want to try to get that range creep out of the way so that the lane doesn't push into you. Because what ends up happening is that it's hard for you to get the last hit on the range creep, as we see right there. You get denied because if you step forward to try to get that last hit, you're going to cop like 3 extra hits to do so.
Right.
And also, this is what Lina wants in her lanes. That's why you keep seeing her nuke repeatedly, is so that she can push out the wave, get free right clicks off on you. Ori's so good at doing this.
He seems to have a very strong understanding of all of these matchups that Lina ends up running into. The bottom lane, Zai, is matched up against Paparazzi's Phantom Lancer and DY Silencer, so they did try and switch up the lanes. Don't want that hard carry of yours shut down so early by a Train Protector.
Using the salve, he is going to take a little bit of damage from the Dragon Slave, but overall much better start for mid 1. And I can't say this enough, if you want to win this game as Secret, you have to get him online a lot earlier. Mirana, I think, is a really strong roaming hero. They have good heroes to replace him too at some point. The CM can just sit back, nuke out as...
Oh, DY really pushing it here, taking a lot of return damage, but Zai drops perilously low.
Sal popped out, he's going to try to cancel it.
And he managed to get the uphill hit. Mid 1 stops that healing salve from its full effectiveness, but Ori's still in control of these range creeps.
And a DD picked up by Zai. Don't really help anybody here. It's a very good move by him.
Now, why is it that Secret aren't rotating their supports back down to this bottom lane?
Because I think you have to try to shut down this PL's game, and you want to make sure that your Centaur gets enabled. Because if you look at it, they don't really have the best tools of initiation and best ways of roaming and getting on top of heroes aside from the Centaur stop. Like, you want to make sure in this series anyways that your initiator has a good game. That's why they've always made sure that Yang has as much health as possible whenever he's playing the Axe. this is what's led to most of their success, is enabling your initiator. And
Get a little bit of action here from Yapzor's Crystal Maiden. Fortunately, they can't bring the Treant Protector down here as well. I'm sure they would love to, but Vici Gaming already have this lane in a great position. So it's just going to be the CM. Oh, mid lane, Ori. He's going to go down outplayed by Midwan.
give this guy a 50-50 matchup, and this is what happens. Don't hamper his game. A solo first blood kill, this is so big for them. This is how you get started. And now what ends up happening is you hit level 6, you hit some timing, you immediately go towards that top lane.
What is he doing? What's happening?
All right, they are being a little bit sloppy here.
Well, maybe, who knows? Maybe he wanted to die. Maybe he wanted to go back to base. 2-0, good lead for Secret already. You could see in the CS score as well. This game is looking a lot more even. Both games 1, 2, and 3. There was a very dominant laning phase for one team or the other. But both teams have figured out part of the meta that is developed for this best-of-5 series. DY's gonna run into Zai, perfect positioning. Crystal Maiden's gonna be able to slow him down as well with the Nova, keep him body blocked as much as possible, and Zai will try and take this kill, should be able to with the double edge. Up in top lane, Nisha's gonna get dove up. He does have the landing armor. That's gonna give him a lot of protection against the Avalanche, and Yang will not be able to threaten his life further. Oh, but a tree toss will be able to take away some of that healing cell.
And with the Arcane Rune picked up on that Mirana, he's got to be careful about this. Can get quite aggressive. Full bottle utility for the most part to work with.
As a result of that kill, Mid One is beginning to catch back up in the CS. 24-7 for Ori, 24-4 for Mid One. Our Phantom Lancer is the one top of the board right now, but really the CS scores, you could pretty much call them dead even between all of these cores. And now you're going to see Yang get caught here, get stunned up by Puppey. Going to be protected a little bit by Fade as he comes in with a Splinter Blast. Looks to slow down Nisha.
Nice decision to use the Splinter Blast onto the TB just to make absolute sure that your guy's going to get away.
Slow down, TY, nice job eating through that tree. If he had to go around it, he definitely would have been hit by Zai's stomp and could have been a kill, but now it's going to be Zai who's going to be rebuffed back by our Phantom Lancer. No living armor anymore.
Centaur not having the best time when it comes to CS, but not doing too poorly. Very comparable to Yang. And that's what matters right now. You just kind of have to match his Tiny's timings.
Nisha, after popping the meta there to try and go for the Bounding Rune, ends up doing some neutraling. Zai. Operating on just a Ring of Health and these stick charges. Puppey will be able to get the Invis, looks to be able... No, he actually doesn't try and bonk Ori one. Lets him have that Invis rune, or the Illusion rune for now.
Yeah, would almost certainly die.
Oh, yeah, nice setup by Puppey, but the LSA is going to chase away Puppey. That's why Mid One comes in for the kill. Lost side of vision for DY a little bit. That's going to cost him a lot. In fact, the Laguna Blade might just cost him his life. He's going to be able to live thanks to the Fire.
He guesses wrong.
Dragon Slave was the wrong direction, but Mid One is still taking down edge to get a bottle hit between the charges and gets out too. Beautiful play by Mid One. Beautiful setup there by Puppey, allowing the arrow to land. 4-0
so
now.
good.
Secret getting more and more of a dominant laning phase as this continues.
Whatever
even
team
have the CS advantage.
has won the laning phase has gone on to win the game in this series so far.
Tier 1 tower, about to fall. Yang picks up a tree to make sure he guarantees the last hit on it.
There's like no way that team was going to get that over the time.
Yeah, Yapzor tried, but...
It's ambitious. Now Puppey just hanging around this mid lane, mirroring wards consistently. Both teams putting a heavy emphasis on playing around this mid.
It is one of the toughest parts, right, of playing against the Treant Protector is any invis support hero that can lay down wards. It's going to be tough to be able to sentry those without any real good knowledge from your own wards. Now they know about Puppey here, and they're setting up on him right now. Yang's going to cut across, and Ori's going to look to be able to cut down the trees. The LSA does land. They blow him up as quick as possible with the Laguna Blade.
That
That is going to free up Ori's lane and gets him a kill as well.
And they're even going to get the ward for this. And that one will also protect Ori from whatever tree shenanigans that Puppey is trying to do. They're going to try to protect the runes. As Anisha gets out of this top lane, no longer wants to be there. Arrow barely whiffs. Just buzzes past his head. Now YapzOr getting harassed a little bit, but level 5 with Trinkle Boots, unlikely to die here. He's just going to take the lane over. This is often what he does. You want to try to give YapzOr as much farm priority as you can, and it only works, I think, if mid 1 has the kind of start that he does in this game.
That
way,
sort of greedy choice of moving your core into a jungle and...
Yeah, that way you don't feel like you're losing out too hard on anything.
Right.
And because you give him this advantage, everyone feels much more comfortable moving around the map.
And then once your supports get a lot of solo experience, they have a level advantage over VG Gaming's. They can come in and start winning you some fights around that 15-minute marker.
And this game, they're not sacking Zai's lane, and I like that a lot. Because oftentimes Zai is just sort of forced to move out of the way for YapzOr.
Yeah.
But when you play the Centaur, there's no 50-50 split in farm.
Dire's middle tower.
I'm sorry, YapzOr, I know you're used to it, but...
This time, Zai's going to have to share a bit more of that spotlight. And he's already got the Vanguard, looking to work towards that Blink Dagger to be the initiator that his team certainly needs. What I really like is they have so much lockdown for a Terrorblade lineup. You know, it feels like that's one of the biggest problems in Terrorblade lineups. The enemy team just has any fast mobility. They just get out of the way when you pop that Metamorphosis. But here, they got Train Protector, Centaur, both the Stampede as well as the Blink Stomp.
Yeah. There's some weird ripple effect, too, of Ori losing his lane, because this is the first time I've seen him lose the lane on the Lina. Normally, he makes the rotation down towards bottom a lot earlier.
And he sets up the rest of his team, right? He makes those rotations around the map. And it feels like VG Gaming has like these really early active plays, but here VG Gaming's not able to do something like that. The Moonlight Shadow comes out. They play pretty safe on VG Gaming. A good read by them, knowing that Secret is moving down to this bottom set of runes in mass.
Yeah. Once he sees the rune or the arrow whiz by, I think that tips off Yang. He's like, invisible arrows don't exist.
It does mean, as Secret start grouping up, that VG Gaming are beginning to get a bit of, well, I guess it's not that much. You got Phantom Monster slightly ahead of the Terrorblade. Lina a little bit behind Armor Rock.
I really like this combo, though. The tree plus the Centaur. The
Yeah.
Centaur already naturally tanky with the Vanguard. And any sort of harass that flies out on Yang. What they're trying to do is they're trying to force the Centaur out of the lane so that Yang can start pressuring the tower and start moving around. But they're not really giving them opportunities to move. And I think Secret is okay with that pace this game. They know that all through the course of doing fine.
Mid one still camping out of this mid lane, has the Phase Boots and the Ring of Aquila. We haven't seen those heavy rotations like we saw earlier on in the series. Looks like he's going to try and focus on just getting his core items and have a better impact around those 20 minutes as we start looking at these mid-game team fights.
This is smoke, and this is what I was talking about. Ori usually makes this rotation a few minutes earlier, but it's going to be a bit delayed. They do have the Centaur ulti.
Yang, he's going to show that they also have the tiny Lina synergy down pat. But Zai is so tanky, he's going to be able to stampede through. Now they're going to have to chuck a tree at him or get some vision, go for the toss. Nice Puppey. He's going to be able to intercept with the Dragon Slave from long distance. Oh, you got to feel for Zai there. He thought he made it out. But Ori, just at the perfect angle there with the Dragon Slave.
Yeah, it does go to show you, though, how much they have to pump into him just to bring him down. This mid lane, it's starting to get a little bit low. So Wyvern is going to swap out, come into things, and it looks like mid one is looking to slow things down a little bit more than he's used to. Because I think he's comfortable with how mid lane is gone.
Oh, well-positioned arrow there, and that's going to almost get him the double damage, but it's going to be Winter's Curse into an LSA, trying to guarantee the kill onto him. The Global Silence laid down as well. It can't actually leap away. So all of those ultimates do manage to get a kill, but Yang, he's going to be caught here, tossed back, but nice freezing field out from YapzOr. Reads that one. LSA is going to go down on him. Needs a couple more shots. That's going to be enough for Ori to get the return kill.
And now Ori is coming online strong. That kill onto the Mirana really going to enable him. Paparazzi takes over mid for the time being.
Or he just read so quickly, right?
Yes.
That TP rotation down to bottom lane to help Yang right after they got that Mirana kill.
They were so fast on that.
And it also means the double damage is actually what secured that YapzOr kill. So those quick reactions from the Winter Wyvern of Fade really paying off big time.
Dire are
You see here? It's the eye tracker set up for the kill. It was quite difficult, but
I mean, it was just insane how much damage he was able to tank up there.
the move speed of the Lina, just barely able to find him. Tail end of that caught him. That must have been close to max distance.
Yang gonna show up here in the mid lane, just go for the toss combination. Actually, some of it clips the Mirana, but Zai's gonna be able to come forward. They get a chain stun combination onto this tiny, try and burst him down, but Yang will survive.
As one person claps for that play.
The lone Vici Gaming fan in the building.
Let's go.
Daring to piss off all the secret fans here.
Everybody
cheering for
just
his
wants a
team.
game 5, I'm sure.
That's absolutely true. We'd love to see a game 5. There's 14 minutes in. It is a very even series so far. I have to wonder how much the mid game and late game is going to change with such a dramatic difference in this laning phase.
This feels like by far the most even game that we've had so far.
Yeah.
In the laning phase, oftentimes at some point somebody's taking some massive lead. And we've seen tier 1 towers being pushed down. This game, just a lot slower all around. Both teams being a lot more methodical about staying in their own lanes, not really risking a ton of movement here.
Now, the Phantom Lancer and Lina, feels like that Phantom Lancer is very slowly getting a little lead on the Terrorblade. Would you attribute that to the fact that Nisha is kind of giving up his laning phase for his supports?
Oh, for sure. He's been hitting the jungle creeps while YapzOr's been farming out that top lane, because I think they're thinking more about the mid game and saying, although it's important for our TP to get farm, obviously, it's even more important that Zai gets a good laning phase and has a minimum amount of items. Otherwise, he's going to get sacked, and he's not really going to have a way to recover in this game as a Centaur.
He goes down to the top lane. Centaur is going to be able to close that distance. Buzz
Arrow
and
hits.
back over to bottom lane. Beautiful arrow there from mid one. The LSA trying to land, but doesn't actually hit anything with the overgrowth, catching the lead as well. They're going to be able to wipe this
Well
easily
done.
for Secret.
What a rotation. Good positioning by everyone. YapzOr just dropping the ulti down. That's going to be 2 cores and a silencer picked up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What a huge surge there for Team Secret, as now they're going to be able to use this metamorphosis to just bully down this off-lane tower.
And you've got a level 10 CM that's got fully completed drums already. If you look at it, Fade, only level 7 himself.
And YapzOr's already had pretty good impacts with those freezing fields, so
Trying to find the angle right now on this TB, but
just a Splinter Blast to try and kill some of the creeps. Couldn't find the Winter's Curse initiation. Mid one from the right-hand side tries to go for the tower. Ends up going to the creeps instead.
yeah, now the Blink Dagger is completed by the Centaur, and if you're Secret, you want to continue to get aggressive 4-on-5, allow your TB to farm across the map. It's the double leap charges. The DD is secured, almost has the Maelstrom now. This is a good way to deal with a lot of the heroes, in fact, on the side of Vici. So we're going to see here, once again, the Centaur ult set up for so many different things.
Yeah, being able to get the beautiful arrow from mid one, and then the
Look at
LSA
Puppey. He was
missing.
still hasted up.
Yeah, he managed to close that distance, get a really good overgrowth on that Lina.
Yeah, he got the max range on her.
And that's what we were talking about, right? So much catch, so much control for the enemy team, allowing Terrorblade to lean in, but mid one's going to get blown up the mid lane. Nice stop in. That's going to be
A
run
lot
over
of
to
damage.
Stampede as well. They've taken so much damage, but they need a little bit more, and they're not going to get it from YapzOr or Blue because the Lova. And so now it's going to be the Centaur slowed down by the Splinter Blast. None of Vici Gaming really want to commit to that too much, but on the side, they've actually caught. Oh no, it's going to be Puppey. Tried to come in through the side. He saw all of those low heroes on Vici Gaming, thought he could do something, but instead will add a second death to that little fight.
Looked like such a nice combo at first. They thought about turning it around, but I mean, one tree commits. He is the slowest hero. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room for him out of there. Gonna smoke up, make another aggressive move. We've got this Phantom Lancer Diffusal Blade. It looks like they want to utilize it early on. Quite
Jump
fast.
comes out from Yang, but he misses the toss back.
That's a pretty big target to grab. This CM is not underfarmed whatsoever. This is not your Crystal Maiden that you normally see where she's got 500 HP and goes down. This is a 1200 HP YapzOr Crystal Maiden who almost has a Glimmer Cape on top of everything she's got.
Yeah, Vici Gaming, they're going to have to definitely invest in some dust.
Dire's
They
middle
cannot
tower is
afford to
under
let
attack.
Yapsor get freezing
Dire's
field
structures are
damage
fortified. Radiant's bottom
out of these
tower
team
is
fights.
under
Secret
attack.
up by 2K right now and trying to push in this mid-tier 1 tower. It was already chipped away so much that they'll claim it with ease.
And the annoying thing about playing against that tree is there's no sort of traits there when you get kills.
Oh, nice jump in. Dual Scepter's going to be able to get rid of that with nice overgrowth. The LSA is going to be able to catch mid-1, stalls the damage, but that's where Zai comes in.
And now you just heal up the tower. And so this chip damage that you're normally used to getting on Lina that brings down these towers over time, it's just non-existent.
Yeah.
And it helps that Secret are coming in full force to take any of these engagements. Like they're bringing in their Terra Blade. They're making sure that they're moving around as a team, that they're treating this Lina as a real threat. Bringing 4 heroes just to deal with her and making sure that you get the kill.
And it's funny, right? Because that's what the Lina and the Winter Wyvern, by being able to burst down creep waves, shove out these lanes, and get the creeps on the towers, that chip damage is supposed to build up. They're supposed to be able to get some of these tower bounties, and that would speed our Phantom Lancers timing up. But since they're being deprived of that, Secret maintaining a stronghold in this game. Sentry goes down. They spot out the Treant Protector. They're just going to lead up Winter's Curse into a Light Strike array. Neo's going to come in, nails an illusion. Nothing more, so Secret will not challenge for the life of their captain.
Or you're gonna get the last hit. Puppey just continues to just play the style where he's being really in their face. They're not gonna love having to rotate that many heroes over and the Winter's Curse just to deal with the tree. This has created a lot of space for the Terra Blade Nisha, getting whatever farm he wants on the map now.
Yeah, and I'm sure Puppey's going to be super happy with the fact that he kept that aggressive ward.
Radiant's middle tower.
He laid
is
it down.
under
They did not get the Sentry in the right spot, so
attack. Radiant structures are
see the
fortified.
difference between our two mids right now. A lot more hero damage coming out from the Lina, but hasn't resulted in that much more kills for Vici Gaming.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Now
under
they've got to commit heavily for these towers. You have to bring minimum 2 cores to guarantee this.
Yeah.
Getting it down to 80% or 20% doesn't really do much for you when Puppey's just going to heal it up, reset things. Like you have to hard commit for towers, which means that this is an ideal game for Terra Blade. I really like the way that Treant and TB play together. Because if multiple heroes are showing in one lane, then TB knows, oh, there's no way for me to die. I can be really greedy with the way that I farm.
Dire's top tower is under
And
attack.
as a result, you have this top. Because they had to commit so many different heroes down the bottom lane, Nisha knows that there's no way that Vici can get in time to this top lane. He's already on Manta.
Yeah, look at his net worth. It's just skyrocketed upwards. He's going to have a Scotty very soon.
It's this benefit of this tree, this less greedy 5 position. I feel like Puppey has found a much better balance for his team this game.
Team Secret. All they have to do is watch out for these team fights that Vici Gaming are going to bring in with the Winter Wyvern. Oh, they're trying to sneak into the Roshan pit. This is an opportunity for Vici Gaming. Leading up with the LSA to follow up Avalanche. They're going to try and blow up the Terra Blade, but they didn't quite get him down. They're going to Sunder inside. Hitting a big time stop. They're going to run over these heroes. Yes, the Winter's Curse is going to spell the end of Zai's life, but Vici Gaming thought they had a guaranteed win with that initiation, but Nisha was too large. And look at this. Hit him on the high ground. He's going to get free chip damage onto that Phantom Lancer. They will not be able to secure Roshan, but I think they're just happy that they got away with a half-decent team fight.
DY wasn't able to find the perfect timing for that global silence. Being able to get that Sunder off, that just immediately obliterated any chance that the Lina had of getting out of there.
I mean, if he had global silence from the start of that fight, surely you blow it right after they initiate, right? Like, you just ensure that there's no way the Terra Blade can get off a Sunder.
He has Manta.
Yeah, I guess so.
The timing of it was so hard.
Yeah.
As soon as he Manta, Nisha instantly Sundered. Made it difficult to make any sort of play. And DY goes to the buyback thinking that the Roshan is a lot lower than it is. Instead, another aggressive maneuver here by Secret. The timing of this is perfect too. It's not anticipated for them to go for this, considering there's no metamorphosis.
Radiant
The
are
haste
scanning.
rune snuck out right from underneath
They're
their
gonna see it.
noses. They're going to lay out the sentry. Fade, he's going to be spotted here by Yapzor. They pop a Stampede, or he's going to have to try and get out of here. They manage to get the Cold Embrace onto the Winter Wyvern. He'll survive a little bit longer. It's going to be the Train Protector caught. Zai gets to the back line, catches the Lina. Mid one's going to follow that up, manage to get the Star Storm. No, just the right click damage, or he still managed to get away with the Shadow Blade, barely lives. Thanks in part to that Haste Rune. Now DY, he's in no man's land. He's very, very dead.
Doesn't have it, but without meta, Secret not going to get much more out of this. And this was just a nice timing by them. Vici, they thought, okay, no meta, they're going to go back to their farming ways, but instead Secret, they go for this aggressive smoke. Could have paid off even more if they would have found the Lina, but
I feel like that's been a common trend in this tournament as well. Even going late game, we see these teams, they're still willing to take certain fights with the Terrorblade Metamorphosis on cooldown.
I think my favorite thing about the Secret team is, remember what Puppy said at the end of the interview? He's like, we're just trying stuff. When they went for the Divine Rapier, for example, it's like they want to just continue to play for the win. The game number 2 where it looked like they were certainly going to lose, they were down 30k, but they still went for a smoke gank down towards that bottom lane.
Right.
Maneuvers like this are so risky, but it does make for fun Dota.
Yang. Oh, he does spot Puppy, managed to get the quick initiation. They're going to pop a dust. So Puppy again, going to be caught playing aggressively like this, but as you said, it is information gained, and that's going to be information that Secret are going to try and act upon here. A smoke up, Zai and Nisha leading the way, but Vici Gaming have already gotten back to their tier 2.
Playing so defensively right now. You know that something is up. No one is showing in any of the lanes.
It's that bottom lane that's kind of a tip-off, right?
Mid one's going for something here as he invises up. Maybe they just use meta and go for Roche again. And that is indeed what they do.
Round 2. An aggressive TP in for the Winter Wyvern onto the Shrine. Something tells me he wants to be able to look inside this pit. That's what he's going to do with Yards and Birds. Managed to get the... Oh, no.
This is wrong.
Hits an illusion. Unfortunate. But Yang managed to dodge an arrow. LSA onto 2 inside the pit. But Yang, he's already going to be caught. Cold Embrace is going to be able to buy him a little bit of time, but there's a freezing field over the top, and that is going to be his death. Roshan, again, not able to be taken by Team Secret.
Imagine if they get the right one. He doesn't have Manta. They do need to be careful about this. They've got sentry control in this mid lane.
Zai just blowing up these illusions, not letting them get vision inside of the pit, trying to be this big wall between Vici Gaming and the Roshan as best as possible, or he's going to be chased away. This leaves an opportunity for Nisha to be able to take on this Roshan. Now he's going to turn to damage. Oh, Centaur. Oh, the Laguna Blade goes out onto the Mirana, but still not enough. Paparazzi goes inside the pit. They manage to pop the Global Silence, but
Roshan's
they haven't
getting
actually
really low here.
They need to be able to grab this Aegis. He's going to go kill. Oh, Zai managed to snatch it away. Picks it up before Vici Gaming can grab it. Now it's a full retreat for Vici Gaming as Paparazzi, Doppelgangers outside of the pit. Secret are happy enough that they got the Aegis, are just trying to limp away. And Zai may lose his Aegis already, but he managed to get the Ori. That'll be well worth it. It looks like they will. Doesn't even die for it. Yang comes in, toss up onto Puppy. Will be able to get that support, but Fade caught inside. Oh, finally he gives up his life, but in return, it's going to be the Winter Wyvern. Now he's going to come back. Here comes the Sunder. Managed to get the Sunder out. They do have this Paparazzi. They need to be able to run it down. That's going to be a Stampede. He gets him as well. Yang, he may be caught. No, blinks away just in time, but Vici Gaming, a disaster in the pit as they fail to be able to pick up the Aegis, even though they got the Roshan kill.
Could have been really good if they got it onto the Phantom Lancer. And it was just a click war at that point, and Zai barely wins out on it. Everyone in a mad scramble trying to get it. And he ends up on top, the tankiest hero on the side of Secret. Very fortuitous for them.
I mean, I just can't believe that Vici Gaming tried to go back into that fight. It seemed like both teams were going to disengage entirely.
We see it here again. 2 heroes in the pit.
I mean, the Global Silence, it was well timed, but it just wears out right as Roshan dies, and he managed to get the stomp that prevents Paparazzi from picking up that Aegis.
If PL has Aegis right there, he's hard committing for that TB and killing him.
Yeah. Nisha probably dies, and it's probably Team Secret who lose a couple heroes, but...
The Centaur dies there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now it's going to be all Team Secret. Even though they don't have that extra life, they've got a Crimson Guard for the Centaur that'll help protect Nisha's life, who's now picked up his level 20. 18-13, a 6,000 gold lead here at the 27-minute marker with a fresh Scotty on the Terrorblade. It's going to be hard to beat. BKB coming in as well. So that'll be able to help out Midwan when he commits for that Lina.
Yeah, he really needed it every single time. He just kept getting into those battles with her and ended up losing, but now a fresh 10-second BKB.
I mean, even in that situation, right, when he goes and challenges the Lina, win or lose, you just got to push him back.
Paparazzi is pretty far out here.
But it's going to be DY caught in set, who's going to be stampeded, run over. Winter's Curse going to be laid out. They're trying to get DY out of here, but no, the global silence dies with this silencer. Now they're going to catch Fade as well. They still have a push down mid coming out from this Phantom Lancer, but Midwan has been pushing out bottom lane, so Team Secret will be able to get an objective out of this team fight.
Every time I see this tree in this tournament, I think this is the third time I've seen it. It's been so good.
Yeah.
It makes it so that you keep your mid tower alive for so long, which means that Vici can never invade that bottom jungle side. If you're wondering why they're never playing there.
Now into the high ground.
That's a tier 3.
Already dead. Secret, keep on marching forward. Zai tries to go for the stomp with the TP in from Paparazzi. Misses out on that one, but it's the melee rack soon to fall. Already dead. Vici Gaming struggling to find an opening here. DY shows up now, but without the Winter Wyvern, Vici Gaming are not going to try and take that team fight.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
It's Terrorblade with his Scotty Manta Dragonlance. He is so far ahead of the pack right now. 5,000 net worth ahead of anybody else.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This early pickup, the Terrorblade really working out for Team Secret.
He's almost got a full butterfly on top of that.
Nisha just getting out of control now. I mean, this is a kid who already showed his promise as a farmer on Medusa for Team Kinguin. Just had some crazy net worth numbers that came out of that. And here you're seeing it as he accelerates to now the 20,000 marker. Winter's Curse going to be laid out. Fade's not going to be able to get away. It's just the illusions overwhelming him. Nisha getting some tips from his teams as he pulls out a tricky little maneuver.
I mean, his illusions are so strong. I don't even know how DY survives in this game anymore. I think you put like 2 illusions on him, they'll take care of him.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's got no way to run away. Once the butterfly comes out too, it's almost a guaranteed kill.
Yang picks up the bounty rune, tosses the centaur before he could be stomped upon. He's going to have the avalanche, and he's going to have to juke for a while unless Zai gives up chase. Not going to go for it. Just content with the map control that they bought thanks to Puppy's sentries.
Even without an Aegis, they feel like their TB is so strong that they can just make these aggressive maneuvers.
He's got a double damage. You know they want to go for it again. It's just the Metamorphosis is on cooldown. Another 25 seconds. He's going to try without it. They're going to try and make the jump in, and that is going to be your silencer. Way too far forward. The good play goes out, but already he's out. Yapzor's away with a stampede, and Vici Gaming.
Good reset.
Very good reset for Secret.
Secret might just be okay with that. That might be the warning sign of we should just wait for the Roche. They are in such good position this game.
Yeah, this game 4 really good position for Team Secret. Looking to be able to push this to the ending game 5 of this series, as long as they don't throw it away. And that's going to be found by picking up that next Roshan, getting that Aegis and Cheese.
And the Phantom Lancer buys out for the heart. Normally when that happens, it's I'm so far behind that I need this item to make the fights look close anyways. At this point, it's looking like Game 5 is inevitable, unless Vici can pull off something crazy near this Roche pit.
The Winter Wyvern with the Blink Dagger purchase, that'll give Vici Gaming a lot better opportunities to initiate. May catch Secret by surprise. Oh, look at that, the Guardian Greaves for Yapzor. We've seen this from him before. Seems to really like this item.
That's the global.
That's going to be the global, trying to make the initiation onto a centaur. That's never going to look good with the Glimmer King down as well. They're going to toss back the centaur, but that's exactly where he wants to be. He's starting to put some pressure onto Fade while the Yang is already dead on the Tiny, so he's going to buy back. Fade trying to fly away with the Arctic Burn. The LSA is going to stop Zai from being able to blink in and initiate once again. Paparazzi thinking about trying to poke at some of these heroes. He needs to be able to dodge it. Nice, Manta to be able to get rid of that arrow. Now the stomp comes out. Winter's Curse laid in, but Paparazzi still trying to get away from the Centaur while you've got Nisha just pushing forward, nailing Yank to the wall. Managed to get the Winter Wyvern as well. Now the push to the high ground.
The meta committed, but this TB more or less fully slotted in 30 minutes. Everything is his to claim. They still hadn't lost the mid tower in this game, Secret.
So much control. The laning phase, it seemed to go even, but once Secret was ready to fight, boy, they gave VG Gaming absolutely no quarter. Look at those illusions. They just ripped apart DY.
So I was right. 2 illusions and
Yeah, that's all you need. That's nice. Secret. A very clean game 4. And they show they are going out of ESL 1 Hamburg without a fight. They're going to push this to a game 5.
And I like the adjustment. You can still pick some of these greedier heroes like the Terrorblade, but you make sure that mid 1 gets a good matchup in this mid lane. Allow him to play his game. Give him that 50-50. Let him show you what he's been doing this entire turn.
What a big difference the train